Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I'm riding this. This is the TVS Star City Plus, the BS6 model. It gets LED tech in the headlight, which looks quite nice for a commuter motorcycle. TVS logo right there, and you obviously have normal regular indicators, no LEDs there. Of course, you don't expect it at this price point. Forks are obviously very small. You get spoke wheels, alloys on this particular motorcycle. Tire size I'm not able to read only, honestly. I can't even read the tire size of these commuter motorcycles because it's not the usual one. It's like 2.7 for all those things. So let's just not talk about it. But the tires are of course very skinny. Okay, 3.017 is what's written on the tire size. Rear obviously gets twin shocks, which are adjustable, 5-step adjustable, and it says eco thrust with a chrome treatment on top of the exhaust. It says BS6 here, so BS6 badging, that's kind of cool. And the dual tone treatment on the seat as well. Nice stitching. Seat is actually quite nice and big. 10-liter fuel tank on this motorcycle. Some amount of vibrations, you can feel the mirrors, you can rather see the mirrors vibrate. It says Star City Plus and it says ETFI, Eco Thrust FI. So TVS does invest a lot in terms of putting stickering everywhere. Obviously the TVS logo is here. This is the kickstarter of the motorcycle. A crash guard, reflector. Bike actually looks very commuterish. Yeah, that's the right word. But you got this piano black finishing on the grab rail as well. And the tail light is regular affair, what you've seen in a lot of other commuter motorcycles as well. The exhaust is blowing right in my face. Box section, swing arm, of course. There's the sari guard and the chain guard as well on this motorcycle. Now you see this thing, the gear lever, well, it's got a 4-down pattern. Again, the same thing has been replicated here. All the stickering on this motorcycle, that is the horn of this machine. Why is this motorcycle on right now? Because the light does not work if this thing is off. So I'll just show you the light again. Here, let's go into high beam. The light actually looks quite nice on this motorcycle. Meanwhile, switchgear is regular. You see dual tone treatment on the outside rear view mirrors as well. Chrome treatment on the handlebar. Some amount of vibrations. The instrument cluster is easy to read. Telltale lights are placed here. There's a digital meter for the fuel as well as the odometer. And of course, a speedometer here. Economy and power modes too, which apparently happens to be a TVS patent. Okay, there is a USB charging socket right there. That is very, very cool on this motorcycle. And regular switchgear affair. The horn, it's kind of loud right now. And this is high beam, low beam. This is the pass light switch. This is for the indicator of this motorcycle. And there's just one switch here, which is to turn on the motorcycle. Now what we will do is, there's no engine kill switch, so we just turn it off right now. Let me show you. When you turn on the motorcycle, it does a full swipe up with the reading as well. But oh my god, I'll actually turn on the motorcycle so that I can make you listen to the sound of this machine. So here we're going to rev it. Yeah, it sounds very smooth and refined. That's surprising. I don't know what this is. Speaker treatment. No speakers on this motorcycle. Let's get riding right away. Alright, let's get going. Turning on the motorcycle, getting it into gear, and off we go. First gear, it does 40 kilometers per hour. No, this is actually second gear. It does 60. First gear, it does 40 kilometers per hour. Meanwhile, it actually does a top speed of 90 kilometers per hour, which is also quite nice as such. So here we are into third gear. You see, the motor is quite tractable. This is a 110cc motorcycle, and it produces 8.08 horsepower. Meanwhile, torque output is 8.7 newton meters. Obviously, it's tuned for the low end where it absolutely shines. Performance is actually quite nice, especially you see in first gear, slightly under 40 kilometers per hour, into second 60, and third will take you to 80 kilometers per hour. Performance is nice, vibes in the top end, and the motorcycle actually feels quite light. It just weighs 116 kgs. However, the brakes are not that strong on this motorcycle. Quite weak brakes, obviously by commuter standards, acceptable braking performance. But why are the brakes not that great? Because obviously it uses only drums, and because of that, braking performance isn't that great. You see, motor is quite tractable. Pick it up, picks up smoothly, and heel and toe shifter, but 4 down gears, so that takes some time to getting used to, at least for me. Others might be used to it. Handling is very nice. This motorcycle is super flickable. Because of the lightness, it's so easy to take this motorcycle and ride it in the city. Fuel economy is also great. Should return somewhere around 60 kilometers per liter, at least around 60 kilometers per liter, which is quite nice as such. And the ride is also pretty good. Very well sorted ride, very comfortable motorcycle. In fact, the seat is also very comfortable on this motorcycle. So you see, this is a commuter motorcycle which actually is fun to ride as well because of the handling characteristics. But that said, braking performance could have been better. The problem is, as much as the clutch moves, so does the brake lever as well. It's obviously got synchronized braking system. What it does is, if you apply the rear brake, it also applies the front brake. But if you apply the front brake, obviously it will not apply the rear brake. See the tractability of this motor. We are into 4th gear right now at around 20 kilometers per hour. Little bit of knocking, but then it gets along nicely and smoothly as well. Although I would have really liked better brakes on this motorcycle. This just feels soggy, devoid of feedback. Here, downshifting into 2nd. Yeah, super duper comfortable. Suspension has been tuned perfectly for this motorcycle. Now it's got FI, because of which TVS claims it has got 15%, not 50, 15% better fuel economy, better torque performance, blah blah blah. And I can't really tell you if that's true, because I'm not really ridden the old one so extensively. I had ridden the Star City earlier, but I don't recollect how it was to ride. But this certainly feels very sprightly, eager, and a nice performer as well. So this is actually quite a nice commuter motorcycle. Feels really well made, well put together, nimble, agile, and offers great handling too. Braking performance is also quite, lacking feedback. Yeah, lacking feedback, the braking performance. Gearbox is actually slick shifting, although it takes some time to getting used to the way the gearbox works. So now I think I've got a hang of it, so let's go. Yeah baby, now we're doing just fine. Now the price of this motorcycle is rupees 76,000 on road Mumbai. Now the price of a commuter motorcycle has become quite high thanks to fuel injection, which costs a lot more money now, and that has really pushed the cost of these motorcycles on the higher side. However, I like the nimbleness of this machine. I like how easy it is to ride, how the engine is quite refined, only gets noisy in the top end, and 90 kilometers per hour is actually TVS's claim top speed. You can actually hit 95 kilometers per hour if you happen to encounter a slope. Then yes, it will go that little bit further as well. TVS actually says it has a human-centric design. What does that even mean? Do other motorcycles have animal or alien-centric design? Probably, yeah. Okay. Yeah, in the top end, it becomes very buzzy, feels very noisy, and feels uneasy. A lot of vibes which can be felt on the pegs, on the handlebar as well, but not so much on the seat. So seat cushioning has been done brilliantly well. Ride comfort is also excellent on this motorcycle, and I like how clear this speedometer is to read. So they have done a great job there as well. So as I see it, the TVS Star City Plus has always been a great commuter motorcycle. In fact, they have sold 3 million units. Yeah, 30 lakh units of this motorcycle have been sold. Comfort levels are so good that even on bad roads and expansion joints, it doesn't feel uneasy. You don't feel that it's just feeling awkward. It does not. So that's well done. 10 litre fuel tank capacity, considering 55-60 kilometer per litre fuel economy. You can easily expect it to go around 500 to 600 kilometers on a tank of fuel, which is also quite impressive. Now high speed stability isn't something we need to talk about, because it doesn't really go to high speed. It doesn't need to. It's just a very practical, nice commuter motorcycle which is easy to handle, flickable, and the tires also offer decent amount of grip. So now this is actually a very short ride, because honestly there's no point taking this to the highway and ringing it out to 90 kilometers per hour, because it doesn't feel comfortable there. It just feels comfortable when you ride it in the city sanely. I should be in higher gears, but I am not. Anyways, I just want the brakes to be better. Yeah, let's do one thing. Let's launch this beast. Here we are into 1st gear, revving the motor, and off we go. That's about the confidence I have in the motorcycle, not to take it beyond 70 kilometers per hour, because it doesn't feel really sure-footed there. Now it's got economy and power mode indicator telling you how you're riding the motorcycle. Now I'm in power mode, now I'm in eco mode. You can see that here. So from my side, I give this motorcycle a big thumbs up. I think it's a great motorcycle for those looking for a commuter motorcycle. But honestly, the brakes could have been better. The government should have made ABS mandatory on all motorcycles, not just the ones over 125cc, because you can feel that lack of confidence under braking. Braking aside, everything else feels quite sorted on this motorcycle. In fact, it's so nimble, agile, easy to ride. You can easily take a U-turn without any issue whatsoever. That's brilliant. You won't believe it, but Dhanil absolutely loves this motorcycle. He has a big crush on the Star City. I don't know why. What are these guys doing here? Let's just ask them. I was searching for the engine kill switch. Oh, stalled it. What's up? I was just saying you have an absolute crush on this motorcycle.
What's the mileage? Yes.
Good, you kicked in, yo. And on that disappointment, it's time to end. Bye-bye.